All right, let's dive into one of the biggest, most ambitious novels ever written, Fyodor Dostoevsky's final masterpiece, The Brothers Karamazov. And I promise you, this is so much more than just a story. It's this incredible, sprawling deep dive into faith, doubt, and pretty much what it even means to be human.
So, I know what you might be thinking. A super long, kind of dense Russian novel from 1880? Why should we care about that today? Well, because the stuff he's writing about, crazy family drama, the struggle between faith and doubt, just trying to find a moral compass, that stuff never gets old. Dostoevsky basically puts the entire human condition on trial.
And this is where he hooks you. Seriously, if you're picturing some stuffy, boring classic, just throw that idea out the window. At its heart, this thing is a gripping family drama that suddenly just explodes into a shocking murder mystery. It has all the punch of a modern thriller, just with this incredibly profound philosophical core. Okay, so first up, a murder, a mystery. Everything in this massive novel, and I mean everything, ignites from one single brutal crime. So here's our setup. At the center of it all is the father, Fyodor Pavlovich, and this guy is, to put it lightly, just the worst. He's corrupt, selfish, and all of his sons absolutely despise him. So when he turns up murdered, the question is pretty obvious, right? Which one of the sons did it? But this is where Dostoevsky flips the script. This is so much more than a simple whodunit. The investigation becomes the stage for asking life's biggest, messiest questions. Section 2. The Three Brothers. Now, to get this mystery, we have to meet our main suspects, who are also, let's be real, the heart and soul of the whole book. These brothers aren't just characters. They're more like walking, breathing philosophies. You've got Dmitri, who's all passion and raw emotion, just driven by his gut. Then there's Ivan, the super brilliant intellectual, who is pure logic and reason. And finally, you have Alyosha, the youngest, who represents faith and spirituality. It's like Dostoevsky packed all of humanity into one single chaotic family. But wait, there's a wild card. We absolutely cannot forget the fourth son, Smerdyakov. He's illegitimate, and he's forced to live as a servant in his own father's house. I mean, can you imagine? He's smart, he's simmering with resentment, and trust me, he is the key to this whole thing. All right, Section 3, The Problem of God. This is where we step onto the book's main philosophical battlefield, and it's a war that is raging inside the most brilliant and tormented brother, Ivan. Here's Ivan's whole deal. He's a rationalist. He needs the world to make sense. But he looks around and all he sees is cruelty, especially the suffering of innocent kids. He makes this powerful argument that no heaven, no divine plan could ever be worth the tears of a single tortured child. And this intellectual rebellion puts him completely at war with the very idea of a loving God. And that leads him to this absolutely terrifying conclusion. Think about it. If there's no God, there's no ultimate judge, no immortality, no final consequences. So what's to stop anyone from doing anything they want? This one idea that without God, morality just dissolves. It's like a lit match tossed into a room full of gasoline. Next up, Section 4, an idea becomes action. Because an idea, especially one as powerful as Ivan's, doesn't just stay in someone's head. Nope, it has consequences out here, in the real world. So remember Smerdyakov? He's been listening. He's been hanging on every single word Ivan says. He totally absorbs this radical philosophy, but with one crucial difference. See, Smerdyakov isn't an intellectual who just wants to debate stuff. He's a man of action. So when he hears everything is permitted, he takes it literally. And what you get is this tragic chain reaction. Step 1, Ivan provides the philosophical cover. Step 2, Smerdyakov twists it into a literal permission slip. And step 3, the consequence is murder. Dostoevsky is practically screaming at us from the page that our beliefs matter. Ideas aren't harmless. They can be weapons. So that brings us to Section 5. Who is truly guilty? Because as the story hurtles towards a huge courtroom drama, the book forces us to ask a much deeper question than just who physically did the deed. You've got two different verdicts going on. On one hand, there's the court's verdict. The law needs a fall guy. It needs to find one person, point the finger, and pin all the blame on them. But then you've got Dostoevsky's verdict, and it's way more challenging. He says that moral truth is messy, and that the guilt for this horrible crime doesn't belong to just one person. It's shared. This is the radical, mind-blowing moral vision at the very heart of the book. It's this idea that we are all connected, all responsible for each other. Ivan is guilty for his toxic ideas. Dmitri is guilty for his violent passions. Even the community is guilty for its indifference. Dostoevsky argues that the only way to find real redemption is to accept this shared responsibility.
You know, what makes the Brothers Karamazov so great is that it refuses to wrap things up in a neat little bow. It doesn't tell you what to believe. Instead, it makes you sit with these massive questions. It's like an intellectual and spiritual workout. There are no easy answers here.
In the end, Dostoevsky just lays out three fundamental paths for us, embodied by the brothers: Dmitri's path of passion, Ivan's path of reason, and Alyosha's path of faith. The novel basically becomes a mirror, asking us which way we're headed in our own lives. The question isn't just for a book report, it's deeply personal. So, which brother are you?